get away from you guys pretty early. I'm in the front right here, sorry. Just want to get away from you guys pretty early, and it took till the fourth for you guys to get in gear. Why did you feel like you started so slow and couldn't get any traction until late?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. We definitely started slow, and that.
Look, man, before we get to the negative comments on the coach and all that stuff, I just want to say, they did have a great fourth quarter. What stopped them is the first three quarters. They're getting out-rebounded. They cannot play the pick and roll properly right now. Aaliyah Boston was in foul trouble. She only had 6 points tonight. Like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, Caitlyn had 29, but I'd like to see her have around 20, 15, 20. And I'd like to have, Boston have about 12, get her in rhythm. And then, Mitchell, she had 15 tonight, which is fine. But then Hall, she only had, I think she had 5. I'd like to see her, maybe 8, 10 points for her. And then, I just want the team to get in better rhythm. When Caitlyn's getting the team involved, she gets the team involved regardless. So I just would like to see her points decrease a little bit. Or, maybe they had 17 missed shots, so maybe with those shot attempts, they're not always going to fall. So maybe if 5 out of those 17 that were missed fell, maybe they win this game. So that's all I'm trying to say, man. I just want to see the team in better rhythm and playing fast how they did the fourth quarter, and they'll be unstoppable. Not unstoppable, but they'll be in a much better position in most games.
That's kind of what killed us. Like, you can't. Our fourth quarter was great, but you can't play one quarter of basketball and expect to win in this league. So, got to find a way to come out and have more energy. They really, punched us in the mouth. I thought they were really good. We struggled a little bit defensively. We struggled to take care of the ball. I think we had 8 turnovers in that first quarter. So hard to win games like that, but we know we can be a lot better.
Matt.
Yeah, Caitlyn, with you being the point guard in this system, I guess, what did you think of the lineup change with Lexi replacing Melissa?
Yeah, I just go with whatever coach puts in there. I trust my teammates. And
what do you think she's gonna say? She's gonna be a class act. She's gonna trust her teammates regardless. As long as the ball's flowing through her, I think they always have an opportunity to make a play. It's just maybe Lexi Hall needs to get in. So look, earlier on in the season, they weren't ready for some of these passes from Caitlyn Clark or how her game style was. Just the same with Caitlyn. She's not ready for this style of play yet. So everybody has to get accustomed. So just adding someone into the lineup, they're going to have to get comfortable with how they play to start off the game.
And I think, no matter who's on the court, like, you got to compete as hard as you can every single second. And I think they do that. I think we all do that. I just think collectively we could have worked a little bit better together from a defensive schematical perspective of, what we needed to execute. And that goes for everybody, whether you came off the bench or whether you were in the starting lineup. Like, we just didn't really execute defensively or really offensively until we got into the fourth quarter.
Caitlyn, just to follow up on that, what do you feel like changes about your lineup, about your team on both ends when you put Lexi in there at the 3 and have Katie Lou at the 4?
Yeah, it gives you different looks, but even if
that could have been part of the reason. Well, Lou did have 9 rebounds, so we can't say that's
we
not.
went with people on the bench, like, it still gives
rebounds.
different looks. So I don't think you can get too caught up in who's starting, who's not starting. Like, that's just basketball. That's just what happens. It can change from game to game. I don't make those decisions, obviously. So, I'm the point guard. I'm just trying to put people in positions to be successful, and whatever coach goes with, then that's perfect, and everybody on the team responds to that.
Go down, back right.
Caitlyn.
And it's not wrong for Chrissy Sides to try that lineup. She tried to go with a different look. She took Lou to the 4, put Hall in there, try to maybe get some more offense out. Maybe let's try to put Wheeler in there instead of Hall. Hall's a little bit taller on the three guard end, so maybe you can't run that. But she's gonna figure it out, bro. You got to go through this, and you got to figure out what's gonna work. And it's gonna be team to team. You can't have the same lineup every game. Sometimes you got to make adjustments. That just go with your gut, try it out.
23 points off 23 turnovers for them. From your perspective, what was the biggest contributing factor to that today?
I think not being on the same page. I think there was a lot where they were very self-inflicted. Like passing it to the other team or not being on the same page. And it's really hard to win basketball games when you have 23 turnovers, and especially when they lead to 23 points, and then also offensive rebounding.
You can't have that.
They had 13 points on their second chance points. We had 4. I think we gave up 10 boards, and we got 2. So those two combined together, plus our not very great defense, makes it really tough. But like I said, you got to give us a little bit of credit. We really fought and we battled and we didn't give up. But in this league, that's still going to be really hard to overcome.
third row on the right, then we go back.
Well
corner.
said, well said, well said.
Caitlyn,
100%.
you mentioned the fourth quarter comeback. You were kind of in the center of that late. Was there anything that kind of clicked for you toward the end of the game, or was it just kind of a
Bro, they were just playing fast. From what I saw in the fourth quarter, they played fast, got back in transition. They're picking up at half court, and they're making shots. Well, getting turnovers that led to buckets. You know what I'm saying? They were getting into momentum. And they were playing defense.
I think just play hard. Like, I wasn't going to give up. Like, I don't care if we're down, 20-plus points. Like, I don't want to get beat by 40. Might as well do everything we can to make it close. And 10 minutes of basketball is a lot of time. And I think we cut it to 15 with 8:30 on the clock. Like, that's a lot of time to, get something going for us. And I think we got it to 3, and it came down to a jump ball. And I probably could have grabbed it and boxed my girl out just a little bit better. So just comes down to...
There you go. That's being mature right there. That's understanding, because I did see that box out. That's being mature and understanding that you make mistakes as well, and you got to be accountable. You got to be accountable, and this is what you want from a leader right here. You don't want her to ever blame anybody. You want her to call out her mistakes as well and own it.
It was a lot of time, and I think we cut it to 15 with 8:30 on the clock. Like, that's a lot of time to... get something going for us. And I think we got it to 3, and it came down to a jump ball, and I probably could have grabbed it and boxed my girl out just a little bit better. So just comes down to a few things. But like I said, like, when you're down this much, like, you can't let it get to that point. Like, that's where it's still really hard to win. You need everything to kind of fall in your favor to really be able to complete the comeback. And but yeah, I think just compete and play as hard as I can. I wasn't gonna give up.
Back row on the left.
I like that
and we'll go
response.
back Up front to Chloe.
Hey, Caitlyn, we were watching you evolve. We're watching your game evolve a little bit, and we're seeing you become more of a vocal leader to the team. I saw you.
Very important right here what he's about to say. I don't know what it is, but being a vocal leader is a key word. And she's getting comfortable. You know what I'm saying? The team, also, you could be a leader, but the team has to respond to the leader. So you need to lead by example. Clap it up. Get in their face. Hey, we here. Get back in transition if you have a turnover. I keep saying that. I don't want to see no pouting. Everybody needs to play for each other, bro. So
the girls at about the 5-minute mark,
vocal
you
leader.
pull them all in. I think you mouthed to them like one stop. How do you feel right now in this current, I guess, state of the season, like as becoming like the emerging leader of the team? Do you feel that way?
I mean, I think as a point guard, you have to be vocal, like whether I want to or whether I don't want to. Like, there's no choice there. Like, if you're going to be the point guard, like, you have to be vocal for your team. They look to me to call a play every single dead ball. They look to me to call a play when the other team goes to the free throw line. But also, I want to motivate them and encourage them and be somebody that they can lean on. And I feel like that's something that I'm going to continue to still find my voice in. Like, obviously, I'm a rookie and still trying to kind of learn my way and learn my teammates at the same time. So,
well said.
yeah, I think it's definitely an area I've improved in, and I'm going to continue to improve in.
Got the last two. We go Chloe, then Matt.
Yeah, you were 2-0 against the Mystics kind of coming into this game. Did they come in with a different kind of fire today?
No, I mean, I think they're a really good team. They play really hard. If I'm not mistaken, I think both of our games were close prior. That probably provides them quite a bit of confidence. And it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Like, that's just really hard to do, no matter what league you're in. Like, when you're matching up for the 3rd time and whatever it's been, a month and a half, like, it's hard to do. But at the same time, like, we didn't put ourselves in a position to be successful. But, I thought they were really good. I thought Atkins was really good. Like, she made some tough shots.
Atkins is a beast, man. If you guys haven't checked her out, I'm going to try to cover a lot more games with her, man. Atkins could ball.
To make it a 2-possession game there at the end was really impressive. Like, I thought we played great defense, and that's something you kind of got to live with.
Last one to go, Matt.
Yeah, it seemed like a really pivotal point in the game in the 3rd quarter with the Dolson challenge. Seemed like you were talking to the refs for a long time. Seemed like you disagreed with it. What were you saying to them?
I mean, I don't know. I guess they saw something differently. Obviously, AB, like, it's tough when AB's in foul trouble for us. That stinks for her. Just couldn't really get her into a flow and get her on the floor much, just because, like, she played 20 minutes just because of her foul trouble. But I thought when she was in there, like, she was obviously pretty effective, like 3 for 4. But I think they went on a 10-0 run after that call was reversed, and it would have been an and one. So I think that just kind of shows our maturity. Like, we have to find a way to be able to move on.
See, these are the things I don't see if I don't watch it live. So I didn't see
like,
any
yeah,
of this.
we didn't get the call, but we need to stop right now, because I think at that point it was a 10 or 12 point game. Like, we weren't out of it by any means, and then we let it balloon to a 20 plus game. So I think it's, you know, it is what it is. It's whatever they see on the videos, what they're going to call. But I think we could have responded a little better. But I think there was a few moments in the game where it was like, like we just couldn't get it to go our way.
Yeah, they had beat you guys on the offense.
Katie Lou! We'll do a different video on Katie Lou. But as far as Caitlyn, man, you know, the maturity that we're seeing out of Caitlyn is, you know, it's improving day after day after day, game after game after game. She's definitely a team leader. Let's get this off her like that, you know, whatever. She's definitely a team leader. It's just, I think the foul trouble was there for Leah Boston. That threw them out of their game plan. And then the new lineup change, they have to get equipped to that. So I don't see anything wrong. They played, if they could play 2 or 3 quarters how they played the fourth quarter, they'll be fine. You know, that's all. They let the game slip early on, and it's hard to come back once you're down 20. The fact they even got it within 3 is pretty good and pretty, you know, that's a good sign right there alone. So I'm not going to take too much from this game. I think I'm seeing a lot of improvements from Caitlyn Clark. She's definitely finding her rhythm when it comes to letting the shot go. Her passes are just impressing me more and more and more. Her teammates got to keep on keeping their head on the swivel, play hard, play fast, get out in transition, get back in defense, work on the pick and roll defense, work on the offensive rebounding, and this team will be perfectly fine. I'm not going to sweat it. It's your boy CEOKANA. If you have not, man, check me out on all socials. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, and we out, bro.